Hello, my name is Putkonen. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm talking about non-duality versus duality as explained to a child. If I was going to try to explain this to a child, the first thing I would do is I would get photos of the Pando, which is a forest in Utah, and show them. And as you see the photos together, I would ask the child, how many trees do you see? How many separate trees do you see? And they may start counting the number of trunks or just take a wild guess that there's hundreds. But either way, the answer is, well, there are many. There are many, many trees. And I would point out that, well, yes, that's the natural assumption. If we just make an assumption based on what we see above ground. If all we see are the trunks above the ground, and they're all these individual trunks, some are tall, some are short, some are sick, some are dying, some could be burnt from a prior forest fire. Each tree it seems individual and unique in its own way. And so you can count all of these as separate and say there's hundreds. But that would be wrong. Scientists have looked underground, where we can't see, where it's not apparent. And they have found that all the trees have one root. There's the same root structure. And so, in a way, you can think of it as one big tree laying down underground, and its stems and branches are above ground. And so what you see is just stems and branches. They're not individual trees. Some branches may be tall, some branches may be short, some, branches may have disease or bugs eating on it or whatever. But they are all one tree. There's just one organism there. And so while it may be apparent what you see with your eyes is me and you being separate, what is not easily seen, what is kind of underground per se, is that we are one. You and I are one. You and the dog are one. You and the tree are one. Everything is one. Everything you see is one. There is no other. Otherness, separation, is what duality is, by contrast. It's an illusion. You could just simply say there's an illusion of duality, but what you're saying is there's an illusion of otherness, of separation. And so there is no otherness. There is no duality. There's just the one that is everything. And I think this is the simplest way to basically explain non-duality versus duality to a child. Because a child could grasp, looking at the photos, oh, this is all one tree. That could be grasped. It can be believed. As soon as you say science has proven this, it's like, oh, a lot of people will, especially children, will just automatically believe what's said then. And to go, okay, so all I see here, all these individual aspen trees are really one tree. Shift of understanding. And then using that as an analogy, you would just say, you and I are the same. It's just, you can't see. It's not readily visible by the eye that we are one. We appear separate, but beneath that, underground per se, where we can't see, it's really just one. And so let me know if you like that analogy, if it's simple enough for a child. If you got any questions, comments, please post below. Until next time, thank you much.